Hey, this is Scott Duffy Banzai. In this video, I'm going to talk about 500px, the gallery website. I was curious about it. It's been around for quite a while now, but I was really just focused on all my videos and I want to try to put out my work more and more. So I did make that Instagram account. I took all the photos up to that point. I'm around 2010. I was starting chronologically from when I started photography and just basically re-editing. In the case of Instagram, I was doing 1-to-1 ratio, but with the 500px, I'm doing either standard original ratio or 16:9 usually. But the point is, I like trying to put my work out there and see how it does just out of curiosity. And this is it. This has been about 5 days of re-editing photos and uploading to this website. And we can see 5,507 views, 2,728 likes. Now, we can look at actually see who is liking. Now, it looks a little questionable. You can see people like a huge number of photos. I'm not really sure if this is actual people really doing that or they're using some type of automated software, which is happening a lot on Instagram as well. But in this case, it seems even more extreme with how people like photos and then a few comments here and there, but they're very generic usually. So I don't know if it's actual real true interactions for the most part, which is, I guess, part of this culture these days is when you interact, you can tell if it's a real person usually, or if it's just someone trying to get their own people to come and look at their own photos, which I've looked at a few of the people that have liked things, and they're very nice photos, of course, but I'm just not really sure if it is actual real people doing things unless they're using software of some type to automate interactions, which is, I don't understand why someone would do that, but I guess that's a thing these days. But I do have 5 photos that managed to get in the licensing program. It's basically you can sell photos if companies or individuals want to license that photo. Now, I did submit a lot of them to that system, and I noticed some of them said available, but they still haven't shown up on here. I'm not really sure how that works, but at the moment there are 5 different photos. See, around 2010 actually all of those turned out, so I must have hit some type of mark or point with my photography or gear that they managed to get a little better, which is good. So I have a few more days. I don't think I'll be getting the pro version of this, but it is interesting to try out. So 183 photos, basically the Instagram. You can see I cropped these at 1-to-1 ratio in that case. It is fun to try out different ratios and try to improve the composition from what I had originally attempted. So you can see this photo right here. I think it's definitely better as the original in that case, but I try to stay consistent once I decide to do something. So here we've got new followers 17, but you can see there was only 7 still following. We've got new views, I guess that's based on some day number. Profile views 21, so that I think that might be actual real people because it's a lower number. And then average pulse, I'm not really sure what that signifies. I'm gonna look at the top countries: Russia, Germany, and Italy. It might be the time of day that I was uploading photos, because I usually do things late at night in that case. But so far, it's kind of interesting. Different engagement numbers. There could be some real people. I don't really know. It's hard to tell with websites like this. Let's see, this is a source number, photo views. So that's the place that the view came from, apparently. We have 2,700 discovery page views. home feed profile. These could be actual real people with the profile view. But let's look at these tabs here. Top ranked. So this one I had actually taken on a cruise, the only cruise I've been on. That was 2010. And not a terrible photo with the Pentax K7 and a 50 to 200 millimeter lens, like an actual kit lens. All right, so top ranked photos. There's one from a plane. This one that was licensed. So it's kind of funny that a flower photo was approved for licensing, because you'd think there'd be a lot of flower photos out there. The cruise photo. This one was from Japan. So it says one comment, but I looked at a lot of the comments. Actually, with this website, it's hard to find the comments after the fact, because I really didn't look at them while they were showing up, because there's so many likes and it's hard to pull those out. So most liked photos, this one says 37 likes. I don't know, I really didn't expect much with this, but it is fun to try out. That's pretty much it. Most commented, and it's actually one comment for each one, so that's funny. So we could go to this one, for example. The guy says wow in the comment. Go over one, same person, nice work. So we could potentially imagine that he could be a real person doing something, or it could be a bot. You never know. And go back to stat page. Let's see, top camera. So at the time I was using Pentax mostly. Do have a Canon PowerShot G9. This was my original decent camera, the PowerShot, or it's not a PowerShot, it was like a digital elf. I actually still have it. S200, 2 megapixels. I made a video on that in the past, but nice little camera. I did have actually a digital camera before that, but it was so garbage, and that's basically, I consider that one my original decent camera. There's a Pentax 645D. I used that for one single day for maybe half hour or so. And a Fujifilm S5100. It's basically a super zoom camera. At the time it wasn't really super zoom. It was just a decent focal length range. But anyways, I'm curious if you use this website, how it's been going for you. All of that. If you want to post a comment, feel free to do that. I'm definitely going to read those. But fun little exercise to see how it turns out. I'll still try to upload to this website and the Instagram account as I go through my photos throughout the years. I still have 8 years before I can post new photos with all of that. Still fun to try out. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. Helps me out a lot. Likes and shares help out a lot as well. Thanks again.